What is happening? Welcome to the First Pitch Podcast, your morning podcast from pitcherlist.com. My name is Nick Pollock. Today is May 11th, and we are going to talk about baseball. I am recording this live on Twitch. You should be here 8:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time every single Monday through Friday. You can ask all the questions you want. I'm treating it like my office hours. Just throw them in chat. I will answer it. I'm here for you guys. But you should come by, watch me record this podcast. I'm doing it live right now. And news from yesterday, CJ Cron on the IL with a lower back strain. Very, very disappointing there. Jarred Kelenic is expected to be called up by the Mariners on Thursday. Pick him up if he's available in your league. I don't imagine that he is. But if he is, well, this is one of the top prospects in the game. You should very much pick up Kelenic. Jacob Degrom was finally placed in the IL. Let's be honest, we're kind of happy about it to have some clarity of the situation, at least now as he misses his start. You get an extra roster spot for your teams. It should just be one start. Don't worry too much about this. Luke Voit is expected to return to the Yankees today. Get him in your lineups. And Corbin Burnes should be starting on Thursday for the Brewers. Great to have him back. We have hitting performances from yesterday's games. Jared Walsh went 4 for 4 with a single. No! I got thrown off because I didn't put in the notes. I didn't put in the notes the name of the person who sent them to me, and I want to give them credit. Dang it. Messed up, y'all. Messed up. One edit, though. That's it. So no free plus today. Oh, here we go. Hitting performances from yesterday's games, courtesy of Dylan Burris. Jared Walsh went 4 for 4 with a homer and a stolen base. It's a perfect night for Jared Walsh, finishing a triple shy of the cycle and even swiping his second bag of the season. With Pujols gone, Walsh will be the everyday first baseman in LA and is currently hitting cleanup behind Trout and Ohtani. Even with regression, he should put up a lot of good counting stats in that lineup. Chris Davis, that's with a K, went 2 for 4 with a triple. You heard that right. Crush hit his first triple since 2018 yesterday in his third game of the season. It's too early to see if we'll get a glimpse of pre-2019 Chris Davis or the KD of the last two seasons, but the move to Texas should help jumpstart his slugging, and it makes that surprisingly decent lineup even better. Nick Senzel, 2 for 5 with 3 RBI yesterday, as Senzel was given a shot at the leadoff spot 8 games ago and has come through with 11 hits in those games. He's on a 5-game hitting streak and has hit at the top of the order 4 games in a row, which should increase his fantasy value considerably. Reliever update from Kyle Frank. Cesar Valdez continued his dominant season, striking out 2 on his way to a 1-2-3 ninth inning. The 36-year-old picked up his 8th save of the year while lowering his ERA to an impressive 1.23. The rest of the Orioles bullpen was fantastic as well, holding the Red Sox without a base runner over the final 4.1 innings of the ballgame. Entering the ninth with a 2-run lead, Jake McGee gave up 2 singles and brought the potential winning run to the plate before working his way out of the jam to collect his 9th save of the season. After starting the season with 8 straight scoreless appearances, McGee has given up 10 runs, 8 earned, in his last 8 appearances. With only 1 blown save, however, his job still appears to be safe for now. Tyler Rogers worked a perfect 8th inning to drop his ERA to an outstanding 0.87 on the year. Starting pitcher performances from yesterday, I led with Alex Wood. 7 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 4 hits, 3 walks, and 7 Ks. Called it Alex Good because I am so smart like that. Actually, I talked with the entire staff yesterday, like, how can we do a positive Alex Wood pun? And we all came up with just negative ones. Knock on wood, drifting woods, Alex splintered, etc. But he's good. He's really good. Amazing slider right now that replaced that knuckle curve. Performing exceptionally well. We have 92 miles per hour on that fastball. Remember, 2017 when Alex Wood was doing well, guess what? It was 91.8 on that fastball. He's matching that right now. It's very nice to see that. The problem is he doesn't have the changeup that he used to have. We're talking about a 17% CSW for the season, and with a good start next, but then he gets 2 against the Dodgers. You wonder, can Alex Wood sustain the success without that changeup and just going 2 pitches with fastballs and sliders? I don't know if I necessarily want to start him for those 2 starts against the Dodgers, but in the short term, he's got a good start next. You want to start him for that, and we'll see where we are after that. Luke Weaver went 6.1 innings of 0 earned runs, 4 hits, 0 walks, and 6 Ks against the Marlins. It was good. He earned a King Cole, that is. He had the highest CSW of the day. I don't want to buy into this. There isn't any new addition to Weaver's approach. His changeup was fine. I mean, it did well CSW wise, but it wasn't really, that top-notch changeup we've seen in previous years. There's just nothing new here that makes me really think that Luke Weaver now can excel and be a 6+ inning guy with a good ERA. Kyle Gibson continued his amazing stretch, 6.0 innings, 1 earned run, 4 hits, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts against the Giants opposite Alex Wood. We just keep going with this train, and we just don't think about it. We just don't think twice. You can't stop him. His command is very good. Sliders are doing wonderful things. His sinker wasn't as well placed as we've seen in previous starts, but he's doing really well. And going from a Gibson, it makes sense to go to a Holloway with Jordan Holloway against the Diamondbacks. That's a guitar joke. 3.2 innings, 3 earned runs, 5 hits, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout. He was a reliever. This was his first start. I don't really love the stuff too much. It's 94 and a good slider. They really relied on that slider, but there really isn't much else. I didn't really love the shape of that slider. It's a little too, it didn't have that sharp break to it. It just kind of glided to it consistently through the pitch. I don't really think Holloway is someone that we should be considering, but hey, he could be that 5th starter until Sixto Sanchez returns, and maybe there is one start we do have him for at some point. I'm pretty doubtful about that. Tyler Mahle went against the Pirates yesterday for 5.1 innings, 1 earned run, 4 hits, 4 walks, and 7 strikeouts. You don't really want to see the 4 walks, but I don't really think that he pitched to such an erratic level that justifies it. Tyler Mahle is just doing good things with that 4-seamer. He did throw a little bit softer yesterday, about a tick under. I'm not worried about that. Very good slider, still keeping that down. It's good stuff from Tyler Mahle. And last two here, we have Martin Perez, who went 5 innings, 1 earned run, 4 hits, 1 walk, and 4 Ks. He pulled it off. He was the streaming pick of the day, reluctantly. Did well. I don't feel like I deserve it because I just kind of did it because there was really no other option. But here is Perez doing that. Do not trust us moving forward. There is not enough there in that repertoire. And lastly, Luis Garcia against the Angels had some success. 5.1 innings, 3 earned runs, not a great ERA. 5 hits, 2 walks, not the best whip, but 7 strikeouts. Very encouraging outing overall. I do like his stuff. I think he has a good slider. I think he's throwing 94, 95, or actually 93, 94. It's a solid repertoire. It's not amazing. It's not one of those things that gets me excited, and it's not electric necessarily. But if he sticks in that rotation, he could have some good starts against the Rangers. It's just a question of if Jake Odorizzi is going to replace him in the near future. And we just don't know if that's going to happen. So if he does get the Texas start, I do want to start Luis Garcia. But if Jake Odorizzi comes in, well, unfortunately, that means that Garcia's time in the rotation will come to an end. All right, looking forward to today. Here is Mark with the weather. Thanks, Mark. Today's streamer is Adbert Alzolay as he goes against Cleveland. I really like the fact that he's throwing over 40% sliders, maybe even as high as 55% as we've seen recently. It's a really good slider, and it's a solid fastball as well, around 94 or so. I think Alzolay can do well against this Cleveland lineup. And I'm taking a question from the Twitch chat today. This is from Daytona Intimidators, who asks, would you be dropping Tony Gonsolin on the IL for Garrett Richards off the wire and risk not getting Gonsolin back when he's active? That's a very good question. I probably wouldn't. I've expressed some excitement for Garrett Richards in the sense that he's throwing 4-seamers over the plate finally, and he doesn't have the same erratic nature that makes him inefficient that we've seen in the past. Like, we haven't really thought of Garrett Richards as a 6-inning, 7-inning guy. We've seen those ridiculous 2-inning starts where he goes over 50 pitches because he just can't put that fastball over the zone. He's doing that right now, and that should set up his excellent slider, but he just hasn't had his slider in the meantime. So I'm wondering what will happen with Garrett Richards when he throws that 4-seamer over the plate with confidence, as he is now paired with the old slider, which I think should return soon. I am excited about it. However, Tony Gonsolin, when he does return, is going to be a hot commodity. Dustin May is out for, is Tommy John. David Price is out for a while with that hamstring injury. They need that 5th starter in Tony Gonsolin. I really, really do like how the Dodgers are going to lean heavily on him when he returns. And I've talked about him as Zach Plesac if he were to leave the Dodgers. Well, this is actually kind of that situation because they are going to rely on him. They're not going to pull him after 4 innings constantly. I think Tony Gonsolin is someone you should be stashing on the IL, and Garrett Richards right now is not worth giving that up. But that's going to do it for today. So as always, you should be getting PL Plus. Go to pitchwells.com/plus. You support what we do with this podcast, everything on the site. It goes straight back into the site. You also get an ad-free website as well as access to our incredible Discord with over 900 members. It's the best place to talk baseball and just life in general. But that's going to do it for today. So my name is Nick Pollock, and that is everything you need to know.